Welcome back to Sunday Meal Preps, and today I have a very interesting recipe for you. So, if you've been following the blog and my YouTube channel, then you would know that for the month of March, I have dedicated all of my recipes to bread. And on Sunday Meal Preps, I have tried to find healthy, low carb, high protein, lower calorie bread substitutions for those people who are on a health journey. And today, this may be the ultimate addition to this group. We are going to be making some high protein, low carb, almost zero carb cloud bread. And because right now everybody is into baking their own loaves of bread and cutting them and decorating them, we're going to be doing the same thing. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to separate 3 eggs. I am separating the egg white from the egg yolk. And as you can see here, once I crack the egg, I carefully pass the yolk back and forth between the 2 broken sides, letting the white escape and leak into a small bowl. Now I'm doing this in a separate bowl than my mixing bowl, just in case I make a mistake and get yolk in there, because we can't have any yolk in order for these peaks to form. I am using a stand mixer. You can use a hand mixer, but you definitely need a mixer of some sort on high, because we want to beat these egg whites until they become foamy and they form stiff peaks, and we're going to add 3 ingredients to help them do that. So the first thing I'm adding is a tablespoon of sugar. This will help stabilize the egg whites as they are forming those peaks, and in total we are going to be adding 2. So I'm just doing that slowly and letting it fully incorporate before I add the next tablespoon of sugar. This is a recipe that I saw on TikTok. Now, I have made cloud bread in the past, but I did them as like hamburger buns. They were flat. I didn't ever think of doing like a loaf. So I'm super excited to see how this turns out. Now, after the sugar is completely incorporated, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. So yeah, this recipe is also gluten-free. And then we're going to add a little bit of vanilla flavoring. I love this because the end result actually tastes a lot like angel food cake, and it is so delicious. We are just going to let this whip up on high speed until it forms really stiff peaks. So it's very off hands and it doesn't take super long. You can just keep a watch on it. But I'm going to show you right here what that will look like. And you can get them even stiffer than this, but this is about as stiff as mine we're going to get today. So I'm going to take a spatula and I'm going to carefully remove it from the bowl and put it on a baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper. And I want to be very careful while I'm transferring it, because I don't want to deflate the egg whites. I don't want to get rid of all of the air that we've whipped into them. So I'm doing this carefully, and then I'm going to take my spatula and I'm going to shape these egg whites, beaten egg whites, into the shape of a loaf of bread. And you guys are going to be so amazed. I think it is just so neat. So since this is Sunday Meal Preps and we're talking about the entire week, personally I would probably make like 2 or 3 of these. I think the entire loaf of this bread is going to be under 200 calories. The macros are going to be on the blog post for you. All the nutritional information will be there for you. But if you want it to last for 5 to 7 days to eat with your meals, I do think that you would need to make more than 1 of these, but literally it's nothing. It just means that you need to beat more egg whites. And you don't have to make separate loaves. You could just make 1 large loaf of bread and eat a slice or 2 a day, however you want to do it. I'm telling you that it's so macro friendly that you could eat the whole loaf of bread in 1 day and be totally fine. So there's my shape. I kind of shaped it like a football. And then I took a butter knife and I started cutting designs. So I decided to cut a design down the center and then some little cuts on the side. And once this cooks in the oven and gets nice and brown, it is going to be so pretty because you're going to be able to see the design. So yeah, I'm excited. Here's a finished shot of our bread, and then I'm going to place it in a 300-degree oven for 25 minutes. And yeah, it's already out. It's that quick. And look how precious. It's precious. I don't even know any other word to describe it. Now I'm going to take a serrated bread knife and cut into it and show you And you guys, I know what's going to come to your mind as soon as I show you the inside. It's exactly the same thing that I thought. What are you thinking right now? Yes, angel food cake. And yeah, it tastes like it. So I guess you can leave the vanilla out and not have it as sweet, but it is perfect.